you go to start your car and your heart sinks. Your car sounds anything like that, you're gonna need a new starter. First thing, let's disconnect this battery, you guys. It's gonna be a 10mm. And we'll just simply move it out of the way and to the side. A lot of these K-Series has a beauty cover over this right here. And it's actually held on by 10mm bolts over here. So if you do have that beauty cover, just simply unscrew it with the 10mm sockets. Mine doesn't have it, I bought it like this. It's no big deal, it's just the cover, beauty cover. And so the next step, we're just gonna wanna take this intake manifold off, and we're actually gonna leave all this stuff over here still connected. All the hoses, the intake tube, the throttle body, all that hard work. You're gonna need a 12mm socket to remove these bad boys. I'm just going old school, just socket, no power tools. And the best way to actually, tackle this is start at the throttle body over here and work your way, oh shit, well that just fell, and work your way through to the passenger side over here. Alright, so finally all the 5 bolts / screws are off. We got 1 back there hiding, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 1 was the hardest, and then 5 was the easiest. And also, I forgot to mention, there's also 1 more 12mm bolts down there-ish between this tube and the manifold. It's like a bracket that holds the bottom of this manifold. You're gonna want to grab that. So yeah, it's 2 nuts on the top, and then it's gonna be 3 bolts through the bottom. So first thing we're gonna do is, well, I guess the next thing, remove this sensor and remove this clamp. So we're also going to need to disconnect the vacuum tube and then the breather pipe. I already disconnected this breather pipe right here. You simply just pop it right out like that. This vacuum tube, there was a clamp on there like that. You simply just remove it, and now I'm pulling it out. As you see, boom. The sensor, pop this bad boy out, and now we're gonna remove this clamp right here. You can't see it, but it's basically a 5.5mm right there. And just like that, you grab that little 5.5mm socket, and yeah, just have fun. It takes forever to take that puppy out. After you loosen this clamp over here, just pop it right out, pull it right out, comes right out, real easy. So we're gonna have to take these 2 hoses off. This one's got a clamp, I had to pinch it, and just pull it right off. So I was just trying to pull this intake hose off, and it just literally just snapped on the bottom. I already had like everything off. I just wanted to get this big old piece out of the way so I can push this up and out. I gave too much pull, and it, as you can see, it like ripped right there. I guess because it's just so old and fragile, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, don't do that. If it's giving you a hard time, just remove it. I'm just removing this air box now. That way I can pull it off altogether. Now I'm just gonna have to get a new one or find one in the junkyard. Now to finally take this air box off, either grab a flathead, or I just grabbed a 8mm socket, and we're just gonna take it off just like that. The hardest one to get to is gonna be this guy in this corner right here. Just put some muscle in it, boys. So now I got the whole tube and the air box, air filter, everything removed. Looks like a bird's nest over there. I gotta clean that before I put everything back together. Now I can pull this out with all this room now that I have. Okay, so there's another step I ran into on the way. We're gonna have to take this reservoir out of the way. There's a 10mm right here, boom, boom. unscrew these two puppies, pull this thing off, and now you're going to want to take this bracket off that holds this whole line over here. That's also a 10 millimeter. You're going to have to unscrew this puppy before taking this off. Now one more bracket that you guys are going to have to take off is this puppy right here. It's also 10 millimeter. And it's really difficult to get to. You're going to want to pop this this bracket off. Get some pliers, tweezers, whatever. Squeeze them together on that back side, and it should come out. See, you're just gonna pop it out and push it out of the way. That way you can get to that 10 millimeter bolt. Take this bracket off. Go ahead and just remove this hose from this container. That way you can just take it out of the way. Alright, now simply just pull this manifold right off now. And you're gonna be able to prop it up on this groove right here. And just like that. Oh shit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I just propped up this intake manifold up on this radiator a little bit. It's not gonna hurt it, but you're just gonna want to pull it off these screws right here and just get it out of your way. I didn't disconnect all the hoses and lines back here, but if I did, I would have just pulled this whole puppy right out. I think I can work on, I think I have just enough room to work on the starter. I see it right here, and just pull it right out. Alright, so with this intake manifold out of the way, and the starter in view right here, we're going to need to take this plug off, pop this off, boom, then I believe that's a 10 millimeter, and also take this plug off. So now with the intake manifold out of the way, you want to get to these plugs. I already unhooked them right here as well, and then right there, this big bolt, the front lower bolt, 17, and you got one in the back. I believe it's a 14, and then you got to take this puppy off, and I believe that's a 12. Once you get that, she's free, boys. Next, we're gonna tackle this bolt right here. Big guy right there. That's gonna be a 17 millimeter. Then the next bolt is gonna be in the back. You guys can see it sticking out. It's like an extended bolt. Grab a 14 millimeter socket and put some muscle in, boys. All right, so we got these two big bolts out. This is going to be the back one. This is the front one. And yeah, this is going to be the one that's going to be a lot harder to take out. So put some muscle in, boys. Now with the two bolts out from the starter, it's going to be a lot easier to get this top screw bolt off. And it's a 12 millimeter. With this guy off finally. Pop this puppy up, and you're ready to take the starter out. Pull her right out, boys. And just like that, we got this old dinkety, no good starter out. Alright, so I got this brand new starter I got from AutoZone. I actually spent the extra warranty for it, and it's a lifetime warranty for the car. So as long as I own the car, I can keep swapping out these starters. So just an FYI, boys. All right, let's put this starter back in its place and hook everything back up. All right, with the starter back in place, basically, we'll grab this 17 millimeter bolt and plug it up. Before you connect that 17 millimeter bolt in the front of the starter, don't forget about this little guy right here. Bam, throw that puppy over. All right, I got that big bolt in the front. Time to grab this one now and plug this puppy in the back. And remember, guys, for this long extended bolt in the back, is a 14mm socket. With everything secure, all the bolts connected, and this top one connected as well, go ahead and plug your connectors in. That one's already plugged in. Just plug that one in and connect this guy to the manifold right there, and we're ready to put this manifold back on. Alright, let's put these bolts and screws back on the manifold and secure that puppy back on. With the manifold secure with the bolts and screws, time to put the piping back on and these connectors. Now we're going to secure this bracket right here. There's the bolt, and it's a 10mm socket. Pop these rivets back in. Bam. There's another one right there. Let's install this reservoir back on. Remember, 10mm bolts right here. With the reservoir back on, manifold back on, secured, bracket back on, time to put this air box back on. Once everything's secure, just finish the air box, plug the breather up, vacuum, that connector, sensor. Now time to hook up the battery, boys. The moment of truth. Let's check out this starter, boys. All right, let's go. Fired right up. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. And that's how it's done. Hurry up and check out this video right here. And I will see you guys over there. Much love.